But I feel like now, I've really found myself just being here, playing in the SEC and going through this offseason. I feel like I found what I love to do, and that's bury guys in the post. So that's what I love doing. That's what I can score the most. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. So I feel like I'm going to do that more. I will do that more this year, duck guys in, bury them in the post, but I also hit the jump shot outside from now and then, drive the ball. So I look forward to burying guys in the post this year.
I think you've liked Carmelo a while in this game, right?
Yeah.
Has it been hard? Has it been difficult to kind of mentally say, I want to be that type of player, but the way I am, it suits me better to pound guys and be load on the block.
Yeah, it's definitely been hard, but that's just a part of growing up, I guess. You just got to see, I'm not a small forward. So I'll probably be a power forward by the time basketball is all said and done. So,
is that something that it's kind of been something that you've had to self-manage, or has the coaching staff had to maybe help you, kind of drill that into your head a little bit more? Is that something that you've kind of taken yourself?
I pretty much recognize that myself. In high school, a lot of guys still trying to, okay, maybe I can come to college and play the three. Mm-hmm. But then once you get here and you see how hard the threes play defense and how they got to get through pick and rolls and chase guys off screens, maybe I don't want to play the three. So I'm good playing the four. So that's just a part of just, you can't, in high school, you really don't know what your position will be till you go through college, I guess. So.
I feel like you and Jarnell, the combo that you guys have, where do you think it stacks up both in the SEC nationally? You played against some pretty good front courts.
I think we should be one of the best front courts in the nation as far as both of us. We're very versatile. I don't want to leave out Kenny Hall and Yemi McIntyre, but we're very versatile. We can throw it to each other both from high-low. We both can bury guys. We both just know how to play the game, so I think that helps a lot.
You mentioned maybe playing more in the post. I mean, how much has your post game developed? You have a lot more moves now. I know you were a face-up guy a little bit. But,
I feel like last year, I've always went to the right hook. I can be on the left side and still go right. So I think this year, I give credit to coaching staff like Coach Harris is really working on my left hand. And I feel like my left hand is just as strong as my right hand. So that's a big difference. Now I can go left hand jump hook. A lot of teams scouted me going right, the middle jump hook, and I feel like now I can go left hand. It's not a move I can't do because I don't have a left hand. So.
But between you and Jarnell, who has the better jump shot?
Of course, I'm gonna say myself.
Good answer.
I feel like I have a better jump shot, but Jarron's really been working on his jump shot. I see him all the time in the gym shooting. I do a lot of form shooting, but I see Jarnell all the time working on his jump shot. I played with him in pickup. He can hit the shot. I feel like maybe coming in last year, he wasn't a good shooter, but that's one big thing that he's been working on this year. That's working on the jump shot. So I think that'll be a difference in this game this year.
You said earlier you watched a lot of Carmelo highlights. Is there maybe an NBA player now that maybe the coaches want you to kind of pattern your game after?
Yeah, in high school I watched Carmelo Anthony highlights, and now I'm watching Karl Malone highlights. So yeah, I've been watching Karl Malone. I may watch, what's his name? The guy that played with Coach Martin, Glenn Robinson.
Yeah,
Glenn Robinson. Yeah, I may watch some of his highlights. David West, I've seen some of his highlights.
What Coach Harris talked about, you mentioned the left hand. What are some other dimensions to your game you think are more polished or this year than last season?
I feel like I have a variety of moves. I have a lot more moves that I didn't have last year. Maybe I always had those moves, but I just wasn't comfortable doing it. Maybe I was scared. Maybe this might not work, but I feel like this year, I'm more eager to take chances because I've been around the guys more, and I'm not just trying to fit in. I feel like I can really help the team. So I think just being a confident post player really helps.
You think about your ball handling? You think that's the same, improved?
Yeah, I think maybe it stayed the same as far as in high school I really worked on my ball handling. Maybe I wanted
three, maybe.
Yeah, so I really worked on my ball handling, but I think just getting in better shape.
Yeah.
So that was one of the biggest things. Maybe I didn't want to bring the ball up the court or drive because I was out of shape. So I think just getting in better shape really helped.
How much more comfortable do you feel, getting an entire offseason in the weight room and practice? How much more comfortable do you feel going into this year?
Yeah, it really helped. I'm jumping higher. I'm in better shape. Just from a conditioning standpoint, I'm better. I got a lot more moves. I mean, it's true, like, college conditioning is like no other. I can see, like, what I've been missing, and the guys tell me the worst is yet to come because practice starts tomorrow, so they really throw that in my face. I didn't go through preseason practice before, so I'm looking forward to it.
Is there a game on the schedule that you maybe circled, maybe Memphis or Kentucky? I know there's a game you're looking forward to the most.
I mean, of course, it's games I'm looking forward to, but I don't think I should say that.
Yeah. Understand. Well, I also got to ask you. You tweeted out the picture of your brother. 8th grade.
Yeah.
What sport is he going to be? Is he going to be a basketball player or football player?
I don't know. I encouraged him to play football. Yeah. I grew up playing football, so I think that builds a lot of toughness in him. But I didn't know he was going to blow up this big. So he has a lot of college coaches calling him. And I had people like CNN and USA Today calling my phone trying to get his number. So,
wow.
so I just feel like I'm leaving that up to him. As far as I know, as far as football, it's easier to get hurt. But I don't think you should think like that as far as playing.
You know what his shoe size is?
Yeah, he wears a 19, but he wears a lot of my shoes too. So I've sent him a lot of shoes. I left a lot of shoes at home. All he has to do is grow one more size. He can't wait, so he can wear my shoe size.
How many people have you met that have a bigger shoe size than you?
I haven't met
Nobody?
Personally. I know like Shaq.
Yeah.
But I haven't met anyone personally that had a bigger shoe size.
Did you play football?
Yeah, I grew up playing football. I played all the way to like the 9th grade, and I just stopped. My coach talked me out of playing it. I just felt like basketball. I fell in love with basketball around that time, so my love for football started going away.
How big were you in the 9th grade?
I think 6'6". I don't know how much I weigh. I've always a muscular guy, and my dad always had me doing push-ups, so.
Is your younger brother bigger than you were at that age? Or at least taller?
We're about the same height. He's about the same height as I was.
Did you see that picture of him
chasing
that little guy?
Yeah, I Instagrammed it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's how I got out. But it's sort of weird. My little brother, I have USA Today calling and CNN calling just to talk to him. So I'm getting a lot of Facebook requests. It's weird just my little brother having these people calling me to talk to him. So.
Did you feel sorry for that guy carrying the ball?
Yeah, I don't know how they letting him play 8th grade football right now. I don't know. I think he should be playing varsity, but.
How good is he?
He just started playing, so I'm not sure how good he is. But from what I hear, he just scored 2 touchdowns his last game. So.
Is he a better basketball player than football player?
Yeah, most definitely. I think he's a better basketball player. I think the difference between him, he has a game more like Paul Pierce right now. He's already he grew up playing the guard position, so he's naturally able to handle the ball and shoot the ball and stuff. And that's just me being able to handle the ball and stuff is something I just forced myself to do. But I always knew I was going to be a post player, but I think he'll probably end up being like a 3. Maybe a point forward, something like that.
Could he come close to beating you one-on-one?
Nah, never. No, he'll never be able to beat me, even when I'm 50. He won't be able to beat me.